foolish mortals.
Hello there. Are you insane? Get out of here!
Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Right, off you go.
Welcome to Average Joe Orlando. Welcome to Average Joe Orlando, reporting for KMV Travel. I'm Joe.
And I'm Kelly.
And today we're going to be discussing the holidays at Universal Orlando Resort. This episode of Average Joe Orlando is sponsored by KMV Travel, a travel agency that helps families of all shapes and sizes plan personalized vacations and create unforgettable memories. No matter where you're traveling, to your favorite theme park, aboard a cruise, on an all-inclusive getaway, or beyond, the dedicated advisors at KMV Travel will provide personalized travel guidance and unmatched service at no additional cost to you. To learn more and start planning your vacation with expert guidance, visit kmvtravel.com/Joe. So over at Universal Orlando Resort, there's a lot going on for the holidays. And now with 3 parks, a water park, so technically 4 parks, 11 resorts, City Walk, there's a lot to see. And a lot of things that I like about Universal is it's covered with the price of admission. I think there's only one thing that I could think of that's really an upcharge for the event. So I think we could kind of break it down by the parks and what's theirs to do. And kind of go into all the different parks. So if you're good, I'm going to start at Universal Studios, the OG, because that's the original park.
Yeah, that's where we got to start.
And to me, that's where like most of the stuff is anyway, too. So during the day, there's like the Blues Brothers show. So the Blues Brothers does a nice little layover show. They do a lot of different layover shows for all of theirs. I know over at the Wizarding World, Celestine Warbeck, she does one. I think she does a song that says, "My babe gave me a hippogriff for Christmas."
Yes.
And she has the whole song about it.
Favorite.
Yes. And then it snows at the end. So I'm like, and I know all the songs were actually written just for this land, and you only hear them during Christmas time.
That's so cool.
I love that. The Beat Builders usually do an overlay show also. So a lot of fun seasonal entertainment going on throughout the day, plus all the decorations throughout the park.
And a lot of like walk around characters too.
Yes.
That are like, they'll have the elves are walking around. This park to me just like feels like Christmas when
100%.
you walk in.
100%.
And it might be possibly because you have the tribute store there too.
Yes,
so
which
that kind of gets
is so
me.
good every single year. So with Earl the Squirrel, do you know the story behind Earl the Squirrel?
A little bit, but I feel like you need to tell me
Yes.
again.
So there's that giant tree that they do every year in front of like the Macys building over in the New York section by Revenge of the Mummy. And one year there was a squirrel actually living inside there, and I guess it bit the cord.
Oh.
So I don't think the real Earl had a good backstory or good ending, but he would be hiding in the tree, and all the team members, all the employees there at Universal would find him, and they'd be like, oh, they named him Earl. So then after that, they started putting in a little animatronic one, and every year you have to go and look for Earl the Squirrel, and they hide him in a different part of the tree every year. And he'll like poke forward, come out backwards, and a few years ago, they started adding him as a walk-around character.
Yes.
So you can meet Earl the Squirrel, and he'll walk around with his little, I Acorn Christmas shirt on. Last year, they gave him a sidekick, Pearl the Squirrel.
Yes.
So, like, they're expanding his family, and a lot of times Earl is the icon for the tribute store.
Yes.
So they'll do different things where it's like Earl's Tree Farm and everything like that.
They have like a children's book.
Yes,
Earl
yes.
the Squirrel. It's a really cute one. If you are coming for the holidays, this is one that like is a great souvenir to grab for your kids. Is the Christmas book. I think that's just like
I always get the
sweetest.
ornament every year with
Yes.
Earl too, and I know a lot of people come in like, who's Earl? Since he's not an IP character,
Yeah.
but they have Earl. I know for Halloween now they have Little Boo, like the
Yes.
pumpkin. So I'm curious if they'll ever add like a character from Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah, that's
Got one
true.
for each of the
Yeah.
things, but yeah, Earl the Squirrel.
We'll have to
lives
brainstorm.
on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who would be like a jester or anything
Yeah.
like that. But yes, Earl the Squirrel over there. And then, of course, always Wizarding World, which we'll get to Epic because they just announced that they're going to be doing a lot of Christmas stuff too there. But Wizarding World in Diagon Alley has Halloween decorations and everything.
Christmas decorations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tribute store, we should go back to that.
Yeah.
What is the tribute store for people that may not know
Yeah.
what it is?
So the best way to describe it is as a full-fledged holiday store that only is there for the season, and they change every year. So it started years ago. They started with I believe it was a Halloween Horror Nights tribute store, and basically it was a fun theme, specialty merchandise just for that event. And then they started expanding it then till Christmas, and then they started expanding it then to Mardi Gras, and then they do summer tribute stores. So now a tribute store is something that Universal does every season for every event, and then it kind of lives on. But the fun part is it's different every year. So the Universal creative team comes in and redoes the theming. So it's always a fun theme, storyline, and all the specialty merchandise. And that's usually where you get your treats too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and
right.
Universal's very big on like their treats now, and they come up with very fun themed treats for each holiday, and they're always for sale in the tribute store.
Yes, that's one of my favorite things is to go through the tribute store because it's more than a store, it really is like an experience as much as it, sounds like that. It's kind of like if you have gone to like the Macys Santa in New York, where it's like highly themed. That's kind of like what this is.
It's always fun to see, like, I know they do even previews for pass holders every year because it's that big of a thing that they, like, people get excited about what's the theme going to be and, what am I going to find in there and all the hidden things inside the tribute store. So always very well done.
Yeah. So. That's one of my favorite things to do over in Universal Studios.
Yes.
And then seeing all the entertainment and everything, of course. But also something that I experienced for the first time last year, I can't believe that, but the parade.
Yeah, Macy's the holiday parade featuring Macy's. So they actually have old Macy's balloons that they use in the Thanksgiving Day parade, and then they bring them down, and then Universal recently in the past few years have had their own made as well. So they actually have giant Macy's balloons coming down the streets of New York. So as a New Yorker who will never go to Macy's because it's very touristy, this is perfect for me because I still get to do it and enjoy the Macy's parade without having to go to New York and standing on the streets at 4 a.m. Yeah.
I will say I went one time to see it the night before Thanksgiving.
Oh, when they're blowing up the balloons.
Yeah, and so cool to see that. And then to see the balloons here, it is like it's like larger than life.
Yes.
Like to see that through these streets that they have here. It's a cool experience that you get to have. And there are some characters, Universal characters that are in there too. So the Minions are there, of course.
That's my favorite balloon. Do you have a favorite balloon?
Honestly, I don't know. Oh, I like the Nutcracker.
Was enormous. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I still don't know how he makes it down the street. Yeah.
And they have snow that comes down.
Yes.
It really is just a cool experience that they have. And it's not like it's something that you can kind of grab a spot pretty late and still be able to see it because everything is so high up.
Yes. So. I never stand on the side. I'm like, I don't need to stand up close because you can stand back, which I love that because I don't like to be near crowds. I get to stand back and still watch the entire parade since it's all up in the sky.
Yeah. And what's a really nice thing that Universal does is there's an area that you can actually go with little ones to stand that's kind of held for them. That's over by my mind is blanking. What's it called?
By like Mel's and in the Hollywood area?
Across the street from there.
Yes.
That area.
Cafe La Bamba?
Yes.
I'll just keep going.
Name every restaurant for me. So that area there, if you have little ones, I believe it's under 10, they'll have a spot there that they can kind of stand. Perfect. Obviously, if there's availability for that. Annual pass holders, you have a spot you can stand as well.
I have my spot. I don't know if I should share it, but I like to stand over by like the mummy area because that's where the Christmas tree is. And when Santa comes around, he actually lights the tree. So they do a little thing in there and Santa comes out and the tree lights up and it starts snowing there. So to me, that's my favorite spot. There's snows and there's confetti on the other portions, but yeah.
Yeah, and Finnegan's is right there too. So you can grab a nice glass of wine when it's 80 degrees outside.
Exactly. Your holiday wine, sure. And then go and watch Santa light the tree.
Yeah.
And it's a long parade too.
It is a long parade.
And it starts and ends in the same spot, which is really nice. So you could even watch it twice if you really wanted to. Pick different nights. I like even Hollywood because they take all the palm trees and all the palm trees are covered with Christmas lights. So you get all the lights on there. So it feels like the holidays, but like the holidays in Florida, which is fun.
They do a really good job. I have to say, as someone who is definitely a Disney person, if you've never been to Universal before and you're going to be down here in this time, think about adding on a day and doing these two parks, especially Studios and Islands of Adventure, because they do the holidays really nicely. And like you said at the beginning of the show, all of it's included in the cost of your ticket.
So you don't have to add on anything. You can. There are add-on options, but you could. I've never added on because I'm like, I get what I need from it, and I go numerous times. So
exactly. Yeah.
I love it. Speaking of the two parks, so over there on that side of the world, since now there's Epic Universe, Islands of Adventure has a bunch of stuff. So starting over at the Wizarding World Hogsmeade, or people call it the OG section because that's the first one that everybody knows, they set it up with holiday decorations, even though to me it always feels like the holiday since it's always has Christmas. The snow-covered roofs. And then the Frog Choir has their own show, so they sing holiday tunes, the Frog Choir, so they changed that one up. And then at night, they have the projection show on the castle, so the magic of Christmas of the Hogwarts Castle. And that one's nice too because there's no set times. It kind of just happens throughout the night. So it's not one of those things you have to line up. You see it once and that's it. It's a small area, so it's one of those things you kind of get there, watch the show, and then you leave. But it's nice that it's continuous throughout the night too for the holiday season.
Yeah, and you can get your warm butterbeer during this time.
You can get it year-round, but that's the time you really want to get it.
You don't actually want it the other time.
No, this is the actual time. And it's really good. I actually really like the warm butterbeer.
Is. It's kind of like a butterscotch latte.
Yes.
I would say. A little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
It's still very
But I will take it.
Yeah.
And then the other big thing that I think Islands is mostly known for is Grinchmas. I feel like that is like what it's known for over there. I remember going years ago and meeting the Grinch, and it wasn't a big wait. I think ever since the Grinch has now expanded on social media, he's been very popular. But to meet the Grinch is an experience. It's not just you walk up and you take a picture with the Grinch. It is, he kind of roasts you a little bit.
Yeah, he takes a lot of time with each
Yes.
guest. So definitely be prepared for long waits for this. There are wait times that I've gotten into like 200, 300
And people will
minutes.
wait.
Yeah. So if this is something that's a must do for you, you might want to actually think about doing something that's like an upcharge.
Yes.
Here. So
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, the Grinch and Friends character breakfast. It's $58.99 right now, plus tax per person. But you get obviously your breakfast. There's green eggs and ham quiche, Mrs. Toffee apple dapple cluck crunch chicken sandwich, and Betty Lou Who fluffy ricotta pancakes.
I'm sorry, what? One more time. No, I'm kidding. That's crazy.
So that's your food, some of your food offerings. But then you get to actually meet the Grinch too.
So like character dining at Disney where he comes around to your table, but instead
Exactly.
of signing your autograph book and being friendly, he kind of roasts you.
Yeah.
And he's
That's
fun.
what you
I
want.
love him, yeah. And the Who's are there too, which is nice.
Yes, yeah, it's really cool. If you're not going to do that, you're not going to do that add-on. Obviously, you can wait in line to see the Grinch. The Who's are kind of just
Yeah, they wander around.
Chivo.
Yeah, they walk around with their, shopping bags as if they live there, and they sing their songs, and they'll interact with you all day.
Yes.
And then you can go see them in the show, the Grinchmas Hula Day Spectacular, which goes on all day, and there's numerous shows, and my favorite part of the show is Max.
I was going to say the star of the show.
Yeah, is Max, because it's played by a real dog. So
Yes, it's a must-do. No matter what age you are,
Yeah.
you will love this one. And I heard that there's actually an area where some of the Who's have put up their Christmas trees, a little Christmas tree farm somewhere. I don't think I've ever come across this.
I've seen like different ones in the village where everything because there's no straight lines in like that whole
Yeah.
area, so all the Christmas trees are a little crooked and everything
Yeah.
like that.
I'll have to keep my eye out for
Yeah.
it this year, but there's a lot to do there.
There is.
For a pretty small land, this is like...
This one comes alive during the season. This is the
Yes.
one that I kind of always bypass by green eggs and ham during the other season.
Yeah.
But this is the time of the year we'll actually walk through the land and
Yes.
actually enjoy it.
Yeah, there's actually a lot between that and then Wizarding World of Harry Potter. There's a lot to do at Islands of Adventure
Yes.
for the holidays.
I agree. And then there's always the nighttime tour if you want to do another add-on over there. So if you want to meet the Grinch in another way and you don't want to do the breakfast, there's the Universal Holiday Tour, and they started this a few years ago, and every year they kind of tweak the way that they do it. But you get an exclusive meet and greet with the Grinch and with Max, which I've seen
Sign me
online
up.
that people are like, that's the price
Yeah.
of admission alone. So it starts right now at $79.99 per person. Obviously, you also have to get your park ticket. But with this one, you also get to meet the Grinch and Max. So that's kind of nice that you get your meet and greet. If you don't want to wait in line and you want to meet Max, which I do, they do cookie decorating. They have light bites and non-alcoholic beverages. So like in past years, they would do it at like Circus McGurkus, but they'll have it around the area. So when you check in, you always get snacks. I know that they do that for the RIP tour that we did also.
Yeah.
And then you get reserved seating for the Grinchmas Hula Day Spectacular. Like I said, that one is included with your park ticket. But if you want to get the reserved seating, not have to line up early because it does get busy, especially during those peak weeks, like during Thanksgiving week and Christmas week. It gets very busy, but this is, you get your reserved seating there. You get an exclusive meet and greet photo opportunity with Santa Claus, which is actually the only time that you could ever meet Santa Claus at Universal is during this tour, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And then they give you reserved viewing area for the parade, so you get to do that also. And then also the tour guide kind of figures out, but you get a priority access to one of the attractions. So it depends on what they kind of fit into the schedule, but you're kind of moving and grooving that entire time, and you hopping between both parks, which is nice. Because usually as a day guest, as you know, you have to leave the park, come back in, or if you want to go to both. And I always need 2 nights. So if I want to go to Islands and then go back, I need at least 2 nights. 1 night's for studios, 1 night's for Islands.
Yeah.
This, if you only have 1 night, you can kind of see it all because they take you through those backstage ways, and you don't realize how close the parks are. They literally hop behind where Rest in Peace Rip Ride Rocket was, and boom, you're in Seuss Landing, and then you pop back and you're in New York.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice for that aspect too. If you want to see it all in 1 night and get it all done, to do this upgraded tour.
Especially for the cost, $80 is very reasonable
Yes.
for the amount of different things you're going to get to do. And I will say, we've done now 2 different VIP experiences with Universal, and we've loved both of them.
Yeah.
So I haven't done this one. Maybe it'll be on my list for
Yeah.
this season. But I've always been really impressed with how they handle things. So I would definitely recommend it, even having not done it yet.
Yes.
So
It looks good. I would say that one. And then this year, too, they're actually adding on, so speaking of the other park, Epic Universe. So Epic Universe, they are doing for the first time ever, since this is their first ever holiday season, they are keeping with tradition, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter will be covered in different holiday decorations. And then Celestial Park. So Celestial Park, for those who don't know, is that main section of the park when you walk in. All the gardens is all going to be decorated also. They have that Santa has a workshop, the North Star Wintry Wonders. And there is an Earl the Squirrel hidden one in there. So that's year round. So and that'll be really cool because he's supposed to be over there too.
Yeah.
So you can go see Earl the Squirrel.
It'll be really cool to see them kind of decorate over there too, and how
All
they
new.
Yeah, and like, you know, the Wizarding World over there is the Ministry of Magic, and it is you walk into like a 1930s 1930s.
I think it's 20s, 30s, 50s. I don't know.
It's earlier than now.
It's the Fantastic Beasts timeline, whatever that was.
France. So
Yes.
you know, there's going to be some Parisian feel
Yes.
here, which will be cool to see.
I already love that section of the park already.
Yeah. I can only imagine what it's going to look like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I'm sure every year
some
they're going to keep
ideas.
going.
Yeah.
I really want them to add to Dark Universe one day. I think
my
a
gosh.
holidays and like meet Frankenstein with like a Santa hat. I'm
Sign
sold.
me up.
Yeah. I was like, I want to see like Dark Universe meet the holidays. Like
Yes.
very Nightmare Before Christmas I can see, but
I'm in.
That's
I'm totally
fine. I know in Japan they do a Nintendo World, Super Nintendo World. They do a holiday overlay.
Yes.
So I'm very curious if we'll ever get that too.
Yeah, over at Universal Hollywood, they
Oh,
are
that's right.
doing that as well. So maybe down the line.
Yeah. First
we'll-
year they'll start
yeah.
adding on.
Yeah, we can't be greedy yet, I
No.
guess. But so if you are not going to the parks, though,
Yes,
there are some other options.
There are, yeah. And my favorite is the Green and Red Coconut Club. I love the Red Coconut Club because they change it seasonally now. So like we said for the tribute store, the Green and Red Coconut Club, very similar to that, where every year they come in and they throw a theme onto it and they make it different. So for Halloween, you might know it as the Dead Coconut Club, and they put a fun theme on there. During Mardi Gras, they'll do it as the Cursed Coconut Club, and now they do it as the Green and Red Coconut Club. And they've done it as Earl's Tree Farm. They've done it as like an attic of where they store all the Christmas decorations, and all the holiday stuff is in there. They do specialty drinks. Sometimes Earl the Squirrel meets there. They usually have acts on the stage doing different music, and it's completely free, and it's for all ages too. It's not just like for people that are drinking because they have mocktails, and it's very family friendly.
Yeah.
And it's over in City Walk, so you could pop over there before or after. It usually opens around 5 p.m. So it's one of those things at night after you're leaving the parade, pop over there for a little extra holiday also, or just head over there before dinner or after dinner, or just if you're at City Walk.
Yeah, it's a fun one to do. And, you know, there's going to be other decorations throughout City Walk, but then even at the resorts.
Yes, every resort.
Yeah, they have, you know, these very intricately designed trees that are there, the decorations. My favorite is over at Cabana Bay because I love the look of that.
Yes.
Very mid-century modern, so very much my style. But it's something to think about, like if you are staying on property at Universal, to consider doing just a resort day.
Yes, and just hop around and see all the trees. I
Yeah,
like
go to City
Portofino's. They
Walk.
have the one outside on the water, and it's really
yes.
pretty. They do a big outdoor tree.
Yeah, and when you are staying, if you're visiting Universal, you can go to all the other hotels. A lot of people will ask that, but you are more than welcome to kind of go check out those other hotels, kind of see where you want to stay next time, and then maybe grab something to eat and then go over to City Walk.
Yeah.
And you can head over to the Green and Red Coconut Club.
Yeah, and you could hop on a bus or a boat or take the walking paths. That's what I love about it. It's all easy to get around.
Yes, everything is pretty easily connected. And it'll be exciting to see, too, with having 3 new hotels this year over by Epic. What are the Christmas decorations going to look like there, the holiday decorations? So, you know, that's the like theme park nerd in me.
I know.
Wants to see
Going
what's
every
like.
year and kind of seeing like what has changed, what
Yes.
hasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a purist. I like to see it all every year, but then I'm like, oh, if they add or change things, I'm also excited about that too. So I will go around, scope it out when they start. And I think I mentioned at the top of it, but it does start at the end of November, so closer to the Thanksgiving, but it'll run to early January. So it has a different window than the Disney holidays where they kind of start earlier. This one will start a little bit later, but that's when they transition from Halloween Horror Nights to get into it. And then before you know it, it's Mardi Gras season. There's always something going on.
There really is.
Yeah.
And we'll be back for another Mardi Gras episode,
Heck yeah.
I'm sure.
I love Mardi Gras. It sounds good. So if you're ready to have not the average vacation, be sure to reach out to our sponsor, KMV Travel, a travel agency that provides complimentary vacation planning assistance to families of all shapes and sizes to destinations including theme parks, most major cruise lines, all-inclusive destinations, and beyond. Start planning today at kmvtravel.com/Joe. Once again, that's kmvtravel.com/Joe. Link in the description box below. Well, thanks for listening to Average Joe Orlando reporting for KMV Travel. I'm Joe.
And I'm Kelly.
And we will see you at the parks. Thanks for taking a ride with Average Joe Orlando.
You made it! I knew you would.
Is everyone okay? Hope you still want to open an account.
Say cheese! See you later. Thanks, everybody. You were brilliant.
At this time, gather up your personal belongings and take your small grubs by their grubby little hands as you exit. Thank you.